And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, in today's video as always, we are going to be going over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. That includes the Athletic reporting that Rangers are close to agreeing a deal ahead of the summer. Yes, if you don't know the Athletic, a very reputable source, and we'll be discussing that a little bit later on. But also going over the sort of chaos that has happened, guys. We've seen videos emerge of Barisic fighting with fans. We've seen Butland argue with fans as well. We're going to be discussing that. We're also going over the officials as they have been confirmed for the Old Firm derby. Yes, Willie Collum will be the man in charge of the fixture, which could go a long way in determining the outcome of this season's league title. Just 3 points separate the teams with as many remaining games of the Premiership campaign. The lunchtime kickoff at Celtic Park will sure be a drama-filled occasion in Glasgow. Colin will be supported by David McGeecke and Ross McLeod as his assistants. Meanwhile, Steve McLean has been selected to be on VAR duty. Graham Stewart is the assistant VAR, while Don Robertson will try to keep a lid on things on the touchline as the fourth official. John Beaton had his hands full during the last meeting between the teams on April 7th. That game finished 3-3 at Ibrox. The appointment just comes after months. The appointment comes just a matter of months on from Rangers' sentiments regarding Colum and his involvements in their games. Rangers were left unhappy with the experienced referee after his performances on VAR during the last derby encounter between the sides at Celtic Park on December 30th of last year. They were left fuming over the failure of VAR to advise referee Nick Walsh to award Rangers a penalty during the 2-1 loss after an Alistair Johnston handball. Regardless though, Rangers were left furious over handling of the situation, and the club requested with the Scottish FA that he should not officiate Rangers matches moving forward. Unsurprisingly, this was dismissed by Crawford Allen, the head of refereeing, and Colum was placed in charge of Rangers' Scottish Cup clash against Ayr United in early February. So of course, going into these games, to be fair, I've never really made too much about referees. Certainly when I was growing up, there was nothing really made about it, but since sort of VARs came in, it's always a sort of big subject when you do come into these massive clashes, and Willie Collum, as stated, does have his history of Rangers and making horrible decisions, so we'll see what happens in this game, but your officials have been confirmed. Now, moving on to some other news, guys, there has been videos emerge on Twitter, or X as it's called now, of our players getting in a bit of an altercation with the players. Of course, the first one of those being the Borna Barisic one. It does look like he goes for a supporter, and it probably sums up what we're like at this moment in time in terms of where we are as a football club, going for a treble, believe it or not, and we're starting to see all these kind of things emerge. To be fair, I probably don't really blame Borna Barisic. I probably blame the supporter. I mean, he's a grown man standing outside and asking and getting pissed off about Borna Barisic signing t-shirts. So I don't necessarily looking into that one too much. Of course, the one with Jack Butland has emerged as well, with regards to him having a go at another supporter with regards to signatures again. Again, it was a lot of inaudible, so I don't want to jump to conclusion, but it did seem as though Butland was kind of defending himself, saying I stop every single time for supporters. But again, yeah, a few of these videos emerging, and it just kind of sums up where we are at this moment in time. Results, performances, well, results have been okay recently, but not looking very cohesive. Fabio Silva doing all this sort of stuff at the supporters. I don't know, it just seems a bit weird at this moment in time, and as I stated, we are kind of going for a treble, believe it or not. But yeah, we're kind of disjointed all over the place, and we're starting to see all this sort of stuff emerge over social media. Now, moving into some other stuff, guys, and a bit more positive news, if you like. As stated, the Athletic have confirmed that Rangers are closing in on a deal for a wonder kid. Yes, Rangers are reportedly closing in on signing wonder kid Alexander Smith on a professional deal. Rangers are thought to be nearing an agreement with the terms of the teenagers to sign full-time terms. Smith, who is just 15, has been linked with the major clubs, but Rangers are keen for the midfielder to pen a pro contract at Ibrox. The Athletic have confirmed a deal for Smith, who has a dual nationality for Scotland and the United States, is very close. The youngster, who was recently tipped for a move to Arsenal, turned 16 in the summer. The Scotland under-16 talent, who has also been represented at USA at youth level, has been tracked by Premier League giants for a significant period. But it's thought no deal has yet been finalised with any Premier League clubs or sides in the MLS, but it does seem as though though Rangers are very close to securing the signature. Bogart claims Rangers closing in on signing highly rated Scottish United States dual national midfielder Alexander Smith to his first pro deal, I am told. Nothing is done yet, still some clubs pushing and other Premier League clubs pushing, but Smith turned 16 this summer, linked with Arsenal earlier this year, but it does seem as though Rangers will be the team to bring him in through the door. So again, I've been very vocal on us and our recruitment, and hearing this one that a lot of Premier League clubs and a lot of sides are interested in this player. Of course, I do think we need to be trying to get young players in, and the conveyor belt has certainly showed that it can work in recent years. Obviously, some fans will complain that there hasn't been a lot of talent emerge from the academy into the sort of first team, but you've got to try and put your boat out there, try and get these kind of younger players agreed to a pro terms, and if there's a player being tracked at the age of 15 by Premier League clubs fighting to try and get him, then there's certainly something about him. But he's being dubbed as a wonder kid by The Athletic as well, and it does seem as though Rangers are close to agreeing terms for him, and that would probably be our first deal of the transfer window. So yeah, very exciting indeed. I do expect us to make a few changes this summer in terms of wholesale changes. I know we said that last summer, but I do believe it's going to be a very, very busy transfer window for the Jers, and hoping a lot more young blood is coming into this team. But yeah, Rangers fans, do let me know your thoughts on everything that's kind of been going on at this football club recently. Let me know your thoughts on the alteration between sort of Barisic, Butland and the supporters. Let me know your thoughts on this sort of officials ahead of the Old Firm derby. And speaking about the Old Firm derby, are you confident? I don't see a lot of Rangers fans necessarily confident at this moment in time, and I hate to be a doom and gloom merchant, especially the fact that we are pushing towards a treble. But I don't know, there's just nothing to really be too positive about. But it can all change, of course, if we do put in a really good performance against Celtic at Celtic Park. But sometimes you just think, we've had 3 chances against them so far this campaign. We've not really performed well. So here's hoping the Jazz can do us a turn and put a smile on all of our faces going into this clash or after this clash, and make this sort of title race very, very exciting for the remaining 2 games after that. But we'll find out fairly soon. But Rangers fans, that's all I've got for you today. As stated, do let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.